I am Greg Starling, and I'm excited to be here talking to Oklahoma City Ignite tonight, and talking about something that's very important to me, and that's employee engagement and work. If work wasn't supposed to be so much fun, then why do they call it work? I've never understood this concept that work has to be some terrible suck, some terrible drain on your life. We ought to be able to hack work, to make work whatever we want it to be, and it should be awesome. And this isn't some like fuzzy, hippie, granola type of a concept. Whenever work is awesome, employees are engaged, your customers are happy, and your profits go up. Economically speaking, culture eats strategy for breakfast to the tune of about $300 billion every single year. That's what Gallup estimates disengaged employees cost their companies. And if you think about it, it makes sense. If somebody doesn't care about your company, they don't care about coming to work, they don't care about being productive, and they sure don't care about quality going out the door. So you don't have an attendance problem, you don't have a quality problem, you don't even have a productivity problem. What you have is an engagement problem. It's important to understand the root cause of the disease if you want to figure out how in the world you can fix it. So when we're talking about engagement, people come up with all kinds of different ways of what it is, metrics, things like that. They try to pigeonhole it into different things, but it's really quite simple. Engagement is just how much is somebody contributing to your organization and how happy are they doing it. There's a recent study in a scientific journal, Perspectives on Psychological Science, that found direct causation between employee engagement and a company's profitability. So this isn't really a chicken and egg problem. What they found was that companies with engaged employees are 16% more profitable than companies with disengaged employees. So investing in your employees isn't really it's not really a nice thing to do. It's a survival skill, and that skill looks like four basic things to all of us. It's, am I being communicated with? Am I being recognized? Am I being recognized? And am I able to trust my leaders? And that kind of creates that engine. And so what matters is that when you're at work and whenever your employees are engaged, that they have the ability, that they have somebody guiding them along in the right direction. They have somebody who's able to bring them back if they start to wander off in the right path. So this puts a lot of pressure and puts managers at the pointy end of the stick. And no stat bears that out better than the fact that 90% of engaged employees trust their manager, while less than 50% of disengaged employees do. So, and the important thing, catch this because it's probably not what you think it is does my manager know me as a person? What this means is that we're relatively terrible at equipping our managers because we tend to train on tactical skills, where we should be training on connection skills. We should be training our managers to be able to connect with their employees, to be able to push them when they need to be pushed and recognize them whenever they need to be recognized. And that recognition needs to be specific, it needs to be predictable, it needs to be instantaneous, frequent, and fun. Because the more an employee is recognized, the more engaged they're able to become in your company. Everything you do should be focused through this lens of engagement. Engagement should be a priority for your company. It should be part of your culture. It should be everybody in your organization's responsibility. And once you do have somebody plugged in, once you have them engaged, do not ruin them by giving them an annual performance review. There are a few things more counterproductive than annual performance reviews. You ought to throw them away. In fact, I'd say if your company continues to give annual performance reviews, go find a company that actually cares about their employees. And so once you have these employees started, once you have them up and running, and it's their first day, and they're doing what they need to be doing, that's your chance. Day one is your chance to connect them to your organization, to get them up, to be able to connect them to your vision, to connect them to your culture. You need to coach them up. You need to be able to. Everybody has an innate desire to understand where they stand and understand what they're supposed to be doing. And so whenever they're there, they need to be able to make the right choices. They need to understand your company's culture and your company's strategic values to be able to choose the right path and be able to set themselves up for that success. And for God's sake, if somebody in your organization deserves to be fired, fire them. There are few things more counterproductive or more contagious than a disengaged employee. Not being able to fire employees is about one of the worst possible things you can do in terms of spreading around some bad mojo throughout your company. In the end, though, customer engagement is really pretty, or employee engagement is really pretty easy. Just be cool to people, and they'll be cool to you. Trust in your employees, and your company will be better off because of it. Thank you.